My name is Kathy Daniels-Lee. I am the program coordinator here at the Nussbaum Center, and we welcome you. We're always glad to have you. One of my responsibilities is putting together workshops like these and finding great speakers like Yolanda. I feel extraordinarily blessed to not only have Yolanda as a dynamic speaker, but to have Yolanda as a friend. A lot of times you just kind of meet people, and they're just people you know. I can say that Yolanda is a good friend of mine. She has a wealth of knowledge in a variety of things. If you need help with your public speaking skills, she's one of the leaders in our Toastmasters group that meets here at the Nussbaum Center on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday. Thursday. Second and 4th Thursday. Please don't come on the first Thursday. They won't be here. People do that. So the 2nd and 4th Thursday, and they meet here in this room. She is also a motivational speaker. She is a talented writer. She has one book that's been out for a while, a new book that's about to come out. She has a wealth of knowledge as it relates to social media. So if you need help with your website, if you need help incorporating social media with your website, there is nothing Yolanda Johnson-Bryant cannot do. Everyone, it is all in her. So with that said, please give a warm welcome to Yolanda Johnson-Bryant.
Coming. I hope everyone has their donuts and their coffee. I have to have my coffee in order to function in the morning. So if you don't remember, coffee's on this side, restrooms are on that side, donuts and water are in the back. I also want to give a disclaimer before I start. I don't normally use the projectors because I feel they can be a bit distracting. So I'm fairly new. So if it doesn't go right, we'll go to plan B, which basically is going off the flyers here. So bear with me here. Now, how many of you in here, I imagine all of you, but how many of you have really been serious or have been writing in a journal or wanting to write a book and just haven't basically gone through the steps of getting it done? Okay. Let me tell you who this class isn't for. If you are the type of person who thinks you're going to write a book right now and you're going to be an instant rock star and these publishers are going to come after you, this is not the class for you. I'm going to mainly talk about self-publishing because that's where my arena is, and I'll tell you why I am so passionate about self-publishing. That endure lots and lots and lots of rejection. I don't take rejection very well. So I said, okay, I'm not taking no for an answer. So I started doing my research, and I learned how to self-publish my book myself. You should never, ever edit your own work. And I can't stress this enough. Are you realistic about this journey? Being an author, period, but let alone a self-publishing author, you have to work very hard. You have to put in long hours. You have to do lots of research. You have to connect with the right people. If you think that, okay, I'm going to write this book and that's going to be it, I'm going to hit the New York Times bestseller list, that's not realistic. Have you done your research? It is very important. I get people who contact me on a daily basis that will ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? And it's not that I don't mind answering that question. My question is, and I'm thinking, have you done any research on the topic? And a lot of people that call me have not done any research on the topic. And I will say this, if you don't remember anything, remember that I'm that literary lady, so if you hear that, that's me. And I always say, Google is your friend. If you are not using social media, shame on you. Social media is free. It is the wave of the future. We need to get with the program because it can be very, very, very beneficial. Many people have the false notion that once they publish a book, they'll turn into a rock star. This is not true. Get that notion out of your head. Okay, research. Now, it's very, very important that you do research in the publishing industry, and not just the publishing industry. Look in the writing, look in the editing, copywriting, ebook industry. Look and see what the bookstores are doing as far as sales go, what books they're selling. I encourage anyone to go into a bookstore that's left and actually look on the shelves and see what kind of books are on the shelves. See which ones are selling. See which ones are on the clearance rack. If you see a lot of new books that are on the clearance rack, they're not doing too good. Kind of pick up those books and look at them and see, why they may not be doing good, why they're on the clearance rack. When you're publishing your book, a cover is very, very important. Right now, ebooks have surpassed sales of physical books.
There's a lot of junk out there. A lot of people think I'm a good writer, I can write and have it published. No, it won't work. It's a jungle out there. You have to have a very special story to tell. And before you start with ebook and all
I
that.
think this, I said this, just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so is a story. You may think it's junk, somebody else may not think it's junk. It just depends on who's reading. But you are right, it's a jungle out there, and in my opinion, there is a lot of junk out there. But the same stuff that I think is junk to somebody else, other people are picking it up. You'd be crazy not to use it. It is free. Y'all like free, right? I like free. I like free. It can reach millions. Before, if you were getting your workout word of mouth, you may have told your family, you may have 20 family members who have 20 friends, You told in excess of probably about 100 people who know about your book. The social media world is all over. You can reach millions and millions and millions of people. Now you're an author, now what? Now you're an author. Your book has been published. It has been printed. You have that baby in your hand, and you're so happy, and you're telling everybody that will listen. That's good. Promote. Carry your bookmark. Make sure your bookmarks have the name of your book, the ISBN number, maybe a description of the book, and your website address. They can contact you.
You mentioned the ISBN number. You do not have to have titles associated with those yet. You can just buy a group pack.
No, what happens is you'll get a list of 10 ISBN numbers if you buy them. You can actually buy them in more, but it's just a standard 10. They don't have.
You don't have to have all your titles ready.
No. You'll have just the 10, and as you get the titles, you'll assign them one of the ISBN numbers. So no.
Like the time that it takes to do the self-publishing.
That's going to depend on you, because after you've gotten your book done, the first manuscript, the first rough draft, you have to get it to an editor and get it edited. And if the editor is going to do, or the copywriter is going to do the typesetting and everything for you, you have to get that done. You have to make sure you get your cover graphics and your cover done. And then after that, depending on if you do your book yourself as far as uploading the cover and the inside of the book up to the printer or to the publisher or however you decide to do it, it's going to depend. Now, if you're formatting your own book, a lot of us use what we call Adobe InDesign. It helps you format and so on, but a lot of people don't have experience with that, so you have to hire somebody else to do it. And if they have, depending on what their time schedule is like. So I would say anywhere, it can happen in 30 days. I wouldn't suggest it in 30 days because you're skipping some steps. So anywhere from 30 days to about 6 months or even a year. It just depends on what needs to be done, if you're going to pay for it or do it yourself, and the people that you're working with to get it done. Research. Now, it's very, very important that you do research in the publishing industry, and not just the publishing industry. Look in the writing, look in the editing, copywriting, ebook industry. Look and see what the bookstores are doing as far as sales go, what books they're selling. I encourage anyone to go into a bookstore that's left and actually look on the shelves and see what kind of books are on the shelves. See which ones are selling. See which ones are on the clearance rack. If you see a lot of new books that are on the clearance rack, they're not doing too good. Kind of pick up those books and look at them and see, why they may not be doing good, why they're on the clearance rack.